sure, I'll try to balance it between stuff, but I got to thinking, I said, I'll just call up all the guys we lifted with in the gym and I'll collaborate a bunch of stories. And then I got to realizing that, one, it might be embarrassing, not only to him, but to me, and then it may also implicate a lot of people in the room with some things that you want to get out. So,
do it anyway. Do it anyway.
So I got to thinking back, and I wanted to kind of talk about when I first met, when I met Marc and he was just Spud. We were lifting in the gym together. It was years ago when we were all struggling. Had a picture on the wall. Donnie talked about Louis earlier, and that was when I think Louis was 52, 53, and he had squatted 935. Well, that 1,000-pound squat was still one of the most elusive things going. And that was our goal in the gym. Remember, we looked at that picture when we walked in to go to squat, and it just said, beat the old man. And that was what we strive for all the time. And at the time, Marc was a 242. I was a 308, and Donnie was a super heavy. Even though he said he only weighed 310 at the time.
He always weighed 310.
When I talked to him, he also said he was still 310. So for the last 15 years, he's been 310. But during that period of time, we trained together almost daily for years. After I got into coaching, I would came back to his gym once he started working out, worked out with him, used a lot of his training stuff, a lot of his expertise for my kids. Since I've been in Lawrence, I've had kids that are, when they get ready to go to school, I call back to him, and he's run the full gamut of what's going on. He's gone from being a 220, 242, being a heavyweight, 300-pounder, being my mini-me, being back down to a bodybuilder. And you would think, after all this time, a guy who was actually 300 pounds, when I show up to his gym, there'd be a 3X t-shirt there I could at least buy. No love for the fat guy. Just because you lost some weight.
Just for Dale, man.
But we went through all those things, and I just remember one of the times I remember, we used to always travel together when we would lift and we would compete. And I remember, I believe we went to York, Pennsylvania one year. We drove up instead of flying, which was bad, number one. And number two, we were both worried about we weren't going to make weight. So you got two guys riding in a car from Columbia to Pennsylvania. You can't eat, can't drink. And all we can do is enjoy each other's conversation for the next 10 hours. All right, it wasn't a very pleasant trip as far as conversation-wise. When you imagine, two larger guys in the car riding around, hadn't been eating, gurgle stomach, long trip. There's a lot of harsh words spoken back and forth in that house. You make weight, you go eat, everybody's friends again. But Marc has just been, for me and anybody who's been in the iron game for the last decade, has seen what he's done. Like I said, he's gone from weight class to weight class, up and down. He trains strong men in his gym. He's going into bodybuilding. It's shown that it can be done. You can make that transformation. And I still lean on him for all types of knowledge, whether it's for supplements for me or my kids, or trying to get them to gain weight, trying to get them to lose weight, anything revolving around training principles, even though sometimes it's, I call him, hey, look, I got a guy that's stalemated out on the bench, and he goes, why are you calling me? You know what you're doing. So he's just somebody there to tell me, just do what you know you're supposed to be doing, because we've all been there before. And so I just really appreciate the opportunity I've had to train with him, to be around him, to be friends with him. All the times that we got to sit around the gym and make fun of Donnie while he warmed up for 3 hours.
Every day. All day long.
But I just want to say how proud I am and how blessed I am to have this opportunity to talk about him before he comes up here and accepts this award.